Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's up? This is the show with myself and Miss Lucario, the email dating hour, and we are going to read emails, and also we will be answering questions in the chat room periodically. But Lucario, what's good? What you talk to him? Tell him about yourself, man.
I'm good. I'm chilling. So guys, remember, as always, make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com to join the Bad Boy membership so you can get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the joint right there. Make sure you get that shit popping. You feel what I'm saying?
No doubt, man. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to read emails today. Excuse me, 3 emails like we always do. And we won't be taking phone calls. We'll just be answering messages in the chat room. So we definitely do it like that. So who's up first, Mr. Lucario? Who's up?
You go first.
All right, let me go first. First email is Steve. I've been jogging for, man, I got a few running. These like some like exercise type shit. But what he said is that when I go running or for the first, he said I met a chick. Okay, he said when I go running, he's kind of broken English. I guess it's foreign. When I go running, okay, he met this chick 2 days ago. He approached her and everything was cool. He got her phone number, strike one. Got her phone number, and let's see here. And he said that they talked for a little while, and he said they talked about what they were doing, boring shit. They talked about her likes and dislikes, all that silly shit. And then he said I made a joke about her really long hair over a text later that day. She laughed really hard. Then I asked, when am I going to see her again? She said she will come over and see me tomorrow. I said, cool. I saw her the next day. We talked a little bit, but it seemed like I couldn't make a connection. It seems like the conversation was dull and it was boring. Everything seemed like it was cool, but after we got done talking at that point, I tried to get back with her the next day or two, and she hasn't replied back to me. Should I send her a message to reach out to her to see if she's going to reply back, or should I just throw this into the water? What should I do?
So basically he said that he hung out with the chick and then tried to hit her up and she just never responded to him.
Yeah, he hit her up and she did respond, but the conversation, I guess, well, they saw each other. They got a chance to see each other. I guess that's called their date or whatever. And it was so bad that when he tried to hit her a few days later, she didn't reply back. So he wants to know, should I hit her back or what should I do?
Man, well, the thing is, if he thought it was bad, or if it's if it seemed like it was not a good thing, not a good date, that's probably why she ain't hitting him back. You know what I'm saying? The thing is this, there's different levels to the game. You understand? So like when guys are first beginning and when guys are first starting out, you understand, you want to get some experience under your belt. So in situations like this, for a guy like him, what I would say is, okay, cool. Y'all went out on that date. You hollered at her. She didn't reply. What you could do is you could wait another week and then hit her up just one more time. You understand what I'm saying? And the reason why I say that is because sometimes what happens is, for women, their emotions change and it switches. So right now she could be like, oh, I'm not really feeling it. But the next week she could be feeling it. You understand? So I say, give it a week, hit her back up. But when I say there's levels to the game, you want to get to a certain level where you only hit a chick up once. And if she don't respond or she don't reply, then you just keep the shit pushing. You understand what I'm saying? And so, but the thing is this, you want to, the way to even get to that level is you have to be the type of guy who most women are going to see as that attractive. So when you do hit her up once and she doesn't hit you back, you understand what I'm saying? It makes even more sense to charge it to the game because you know that you're that dude who's at that level who deserves that type of respect that, look, if I hit you up, you got to hit me back. And if you don't hit me back, I'm going to just charge it to the game. You see what I'm saying? But right now, he's still at that stage where, he's probably making a whole bunch of mistakes. He still doesn't really know necessarily what he's doing at this point. So he needs to start studying up on the game and then, try to get better situations. You understand? But I think that for him specifically at this point, he could probably hit her up one more time, maybe a week later. But I think that it's kind of over because, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times when, you know, when you guys are dealing with women, you got to understand that, you know, you got to really make that impact, you know, in that first situation. You understand what I'm saying? You want to be able to start off strong. You don't want to be on some starting off weak shit because usually that's not going to really carry over later on. But I mean, he can try, but I think at this point it's probably a wrap. But Steve, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, there are so many questions to this. It's really interesting that a lot of you guys are so busy working on basic shit. Like you said, Lucario, there are levels to this, and I don't think a lot of guys understand the levels and everything that's going on. You have to understand, just look, y'all guys are so focused on approaching women. Y'all are so focused on what to say to women that this isn't even a game. And then when you get your ass in the motherfucking game, you just have no fucking idea what to do. That's why you always get your asses in these positions, because a lot of you guys out there are worried about the wrong shit. Y'all are so worried about what women think all the time. What she think? What am I gonna do to pray? Y'all don't even work on yourselves. And then when you get the opportunity and that opportunity comes up, Mr. Lucario, this is what happens. They get you because of the lack of work that you put on yourself, as far as working on your mouthpiece, as far as knowing what to do when you're in a situation, how to text message a woman, how to go on a date with a woman, how to mess around with a woman, the right time to do things. A lot of these guys out there, a lot of them fail and fuck up like this guy. This is a case in point of the normal 98% of these guys that lose. They're so busy working on the front end on basic shit, Mr. Lucario. Like you said, levels. They're not even on levels right now. They're working on basic approaching a woman. But then when they get lucky, Lucario, and it comes to doing the levels, like you say, because of the lack of knowledge, because of the lack of working on themselves, because of the lack of investing in themselves to get the information that they need to go make a smooth transition through the levels, Mr. Lucario, this is where they fuck up. Because if you notice about that guy, what did he do? He got with her, but it was so boring, it was so basic that she didn't want to have anything to do with it.
Right.
And again, he's scratching his head like, what did I do wrong? What you did wrong is what mostly the guys out here do wrong. They're so busy thinking about the front end that they're not working on the back end. What's your take on that, man?
Right. Now that's real talk. Cause like you're saying that the boring situation, you know what I'm saying, causes that shit to happen where the girl is not excited anymore. You understand what I'm saying? And so this is what I was saying before. If a dude builds himself up to be that attractive, exciting dude, then what's going to happen is that women are going to be more responsive to him. And if they're not, then you know that, hey, listen, I'm gonna have to charge you to the game because I know that I was so on point that I was doing everything I needed to do. So if she's not really recognizing that, I'm gonna just keep that shit pushing. But what you don't want to happen is you don't want to be in a situation where you're not knowing what to do. You're being boring. You're making it like some lame shit. And then that's the reason why she's not really fucking with you. You understand? You want it to be her fault, meaning like you want her to be missing out on the opportunity. You don't want it to be her bouncing or not fucking with you because you weren't on point. So as long as you're on point, a lot of times what it is that the girl's gonna fall off because she's not on point or she can't handle dealing with the guy who's on point. But if you're not on point, she's not dealing with you because you're not on point. You see what I'm saying? So yes. You want to make sure it's at that level. You feel me?
Right. And Carl, I think we should do it like this. I'll do a question and we'll read one from the chat room. Then you do a question, kind of bounce on.
Right. We can do that.
All right. So let's go to a question here. Someone asked. IRAMO. He said, "What's up, guys? Quick question. Do y'all think a woman who seeks attention, he means, I guess, often have no father figure in their life?" Can I say something first, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
IRAMO, I appreciate the question you're asking, but this is called Tough Tuesday, so please understand what I say all I'm about to say. This is the reason why the majority of you motherfuckers lose. This is the reason why these women don't want to fuck with you, be with you, or even think about you. Because of the shit fucking questions that y'all ask. What the fuck does her seeking attention and a father figure have to do with you building yourself up as a man? What did I just say? What did I just say, Mr. Lucario? They always make it about these fucking women. You make it about her dress. You make it about her hair. You make it about her fucking daddy issues. You make it about her shoes. You make it about her makeup. You make it about her couch. You make it all this shit about what the IRMO. Please tell me, what the fuck does that have to do with you being a man and getting bitches? Because these are two totally different things. Now, what you need to do is take that question and go to the Life channel, go to the Oprah Winfrey channel, or go to the gay channel and ask that silly shit, man, because that shit ain't gonna help you get bitches. Why the fuck are you asking that question? Please respond, sir. Lucario, what you got on that, man?
Well, the thing is, when it comes to like, women and attention, women always gonna want attention regardless. So yeah, it could be because she don't have a father figure, right? But it's just in general, women like attention. So women are going to want attention regardless, even if they had a father figure or not. You see what I'm saying? They just want attention regardless. That's just how they roll. They need it. It's like, vitamins to them. You feel what I'm saying? They just want it all the time. So, it is what it is. But when it comes to that attention stuff, this is why you got to understand that, or I always say this, that your attention is, since your attention is important to these women, you have to understand that you shouldn't just be giving out your attention so, just so freely. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of times guys, they'll deal with girls and they'll just be giving them attention. And this is why you don't get anything going with the girl, because she just takes all your attention. So you're trying to have sex with this girl, but she doesn't necessarily need to have sex with you because she knows that she can just get all the attention from you and not have to do anything else. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of times what's interesting is that women will actually have sex with you because they're craving your attention. So this is why I say withdraw your attention a lot of times. Don't give them too much attention, because then it's like they can take the attention without having to do anything or having to give anything back in return when it comes to dealing with you. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, Lucario, you're right, but he ain't even asked about that shit.
Right.
He worried about the bitch and her daddy. What the fuck is that about? All right, go ahead, Lucario. Up next, we got another question, but go ahead and ask yours, and I'll read it, and we'll do that. Go ahead. What's your question you got, man?
All right, cool. So this one says, can you tell me what I'm doing wrong? I'm in good shape. I'm good looking. I make good money, have a nice car, and I still have a hard time getting the girl. I'm 33, and I only had sex with 3 women in my life. I lost my virginity at 18 and stayed with that girl for 5 years. Then got into another relationship, and my last relationship was last year. So it's been a year since I got with a girl and had sex. It seems real hard for me to approach, and when I do approach, I run out of stuff to say. When I do get a number, the girl usually flakes. What am I doing wrong?
Jesus Christ, you're doing everything wrong. He is doing everything fucking wrong, man. I don't understand why you guys think that your job and your body and you having all this shit is going to make her want to be with you. How many fucking times do we keep trying to tell you motherfuckers, your money, your car, your clothes, your office job, please understand this. If you want to go down that pathway, okay, because I want to say this, Lucario, that I'm not saying you won't get women if you go down that pathway. You got 2 pathways you can go down. Let's talk about one pathway, one real quick. You can dangle what I call the fruit in front of her. You can dangle your money. You can dangle your car, your clothes, your job, your body, and all that other stuff like he's saying. You can dangle all that. But what you guys don't understand is that is just telling her that you are covering up for the fact that you have no personality. There's nothing special about you. And you're just a guy that wants to stand on what he has and not who he is. So if you think about that right there, Lucario, you can go down that path. But let me tell you something. Once the car, the money, then all that other shit start to fade away, she's gone. What you need to do is start working on yourself, like we always try to tell these guys, Lucario. Work on yourself. Stop making it about these women. The problem is, like I say, we go back to your levels thing, Miss Lucario. See, what you guys got to understand, levels, and I mean levels as in there's a level of what you do when you text a woman. There's a level of what you do when you go on a date. There's a level on how to make out. There's a level on talking dirty to her. There's a level on making out with her. There's a level on fucking. There's a level on afterplay, foreplay, five play. There's levels to all this stuff. And you motherfuckers are having not put the quarter into the arcade machine to even play the game because you guys are constantly doing shit that is really sabotaging your chances of getting women. He's not going to get a woman, Lucario. And if he does get one, unfortunately, she's going to treat him like a bitch. It's going to be look, you know how the pimp say bottom bitch? This is a bottom bitch scenario because she is going to be running his life and he is going to be walking on eggshells with the nice car, with the nice job, with the degrees in the body. What you got on that, fam?
Yeah, the thing is, what's interesting is how he started out. His email was like, yo, I got this and I got that and I got my car and I look good and all this. And so again, this goes back to what we always talk about, where guys think they can sort of get over on the game or sort of cheat the game. You understand? There still needs to be game applied in what you're doing. This is what I've been talking about for years, so I'm freaking blue in the face, is that you're okay. You say you look good, but guess what? There's a lot of other guys who's going to look good. You got a car. There's a lot of guys who got a car. You got money. There's a lot of guys who got money. You understand what I'm saying? So what separates you from the other, 50 guys that's hollering at that girl that got money? What separates you from the other 50 guys that's hollering at that girl that she may think is good looking? What separates you from the other 50 guys that's hollering at that girl that got the money or whatever it is? So this is what we're saying is there's guys have to learn how to approach women, how to talk to women, how to be attractive to women. You understand, in general. So for this guy, he's saying that he has a hard time approaching women. The women that he does try to get with, they'll flake on him and everything like that. And mainly that's happening because, again, he's thinking that all he needed to do was have the car, the money, and this and this and that, and that's supposed to like really be the thing. Now, again, if you have a car and you have money and you look good and all that other stuff, that can help you, but that's supposed to be icing on the cake. You understand? And this is what guys keep forgetting. All that stuff is icing, and it's so crazy where dudes still don't get it. And this is why they're not really connecting and getting the type of woman they want and actually getting the responses they want, because you have to understand that when a woman is dealing with you, right, or she's dealing with any man in general, what happens is that she's seeing how she feels when she's around a guy, and most guys don't know how to make a woman feel something. You understand? To make a woman feel something for them, because they keep leading or thinking that all they need to do is have the car, be good looking, just be in shape, and that's the end all be all. You understand? But women are emotional. Women go based off feeling. So what makes them feel something is that they feel who you are and what you're about as a man beyond all of that other, external type of stuff. Like, who are you really? What are you about really? And is she connecting to that person? You understand? Forget all the guy who works on Wall Street or you do this. That's cool. But who are you really? And that's where we got to get to. And this is where we talk about, you guys being men. You understand? And understanding your masculinity, understanding who you are as a man. This is why we keep pounding it in your head. This is what you need to understand. That's the thing that's going to really get the girls to want to fuck with you. Because right now, if you just approaching a girl, you're one of hundreds of guys that approached her. You send her a message on an online dating site, you're one of hundreds of guys that send her a message. You got the car, the money, and the clothes and all that, and you're one of hundreds who have that. So what makes you different? What makes you stand out? What are you doing that makes you be that dude that she's like, yes, I want to fuck with this guy? That's all dudes got to understand. You know what I mean? But Steve, what are you talking about?
No, you're absolutely right. And as long as these guys keep doing it, it's just the same continuous crazy shit. Like I'm gonna give you an example. Like tonight, later on tonight, today it's time for our Valentine's Day weekend, the biggest weekend of the year for these guys.
Right.
These motherfuckers don't really want to talk to women, and I'm calling my shot. A lot of these guys are not gonna call in and want to know how to pick these bitches up, but we're gonna try it, whatever. But I'm just saying this is the example they get. These guys don't understand what success is. They don't know how to obtain it or hold on to it or build on it. A lot of these guys run from it. So what happens is it's easy to get in your little shell and use your looks and use your job and all this other stuff. Because the $1 million question is this, Lucario: if you have the looks and you have the job, and you have all this other stuff that you have, why aren't you asking the $1 million question? Why can't I get the bitches? If I got all it, because he said he sent you that email telling you all the stuff that he has. So the question is why don't I have the bitches? And he's a problem. All right, but real quick, let me read this question in the room. What we're gonna do is we'll do it like this. I'll read a question and we'll answer it, then we'll read the room. Lakara reads the question, we read the room. We'll just do it like that if y'all listening.
All right,
okay.
cool.
All right, so the question is, I'm on a Bumble app where the girls message you first. I've been getting plenty of messages. How do I state my intentions to keep it generic? Jesus fucking Christ. God damn it. Go ahead and take it first. Go ahead and take it first, Lucario, because I'm gonna punch him in his chest too. So go ahead and take it first, dog. God damn it.
He said, I'm reading it now. He says, do I state my intentions or keep it generic? Okay. First of all, why would you want to keep anything generic? You understand what I'm saying? And if the options are state my intentions or keep it generic, of course you want to state your intentions. You see what I'm saying? That's what you want to do, because your intentions are what you're trying to make happen. That's it. So don't keep anything. Listen, don't keep anything generic in this game. You understand what I'm saying? That's what makes you lose. That's what makes you blend in. That's what makes you disappear in the sea of other generic people. You feel what I'm saying? So you want to state your intentions. You want to let her know what you're trying to do. She hits you up on there, be like, "Yo, what's good? Like, what you up to? Tomorrow or next week? Let's get a drink. Let's do this. Like, meet me here. Let's make something happen." That's all you need to do. You understand? And the thing with these online dating sites or apps, I always say you want to be able to get them offline as soon as possible. You see what I'm saying? As soon as possible, get them to meet you, get them to hang out with you, get them to hook up with you, whatever it is. So that's what it is. But Steve, what's your thoughts on that, man?
I want to tell you why you lose and why, if I were you, I'd throw that Bumble app away, because they're gonna see you as a sucker and a weak ass motherfucker. Because let me ask you this question, who wrote this, and I'm saying this with love, but we got to be real with y'all motherfuckers and shit. The thing is this: when you go to fucking McDonald's or you go to Wendy's or you go to a restaurant, do you state your fucking intentions with the waiter, or you just be generic? Tell the motherfucking waiter, well, you pick what I want to eat. you choose the drinks I want to drink. Or do you tell that motherfucker exactly what you want, man? This shit is common fucking sense. But this is your problem. I'm going to tell you why he asked the question, because he has no mouthpiece. You don't know how to talk to these fucking women. You couldn't even pull a woman out of her own pussy if she gave you the opportunity to do it, because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Because you don't know how to communicate with transparency. You don't know how to send clear, concise messages. And you know your messages are never going to be impactful. That's why you're asking this goddamn question. Why the fuck would you be generic? Do you think women want generic ass men? They can close their eyes and find 98% of you, excluding the 1% gay, because they always ask, like, what's that other percent? That you got 1% gay guys, so they out of this shit. The gay guys and the Metals, they out of that. They ain't even fucking with women. But for the rest of you 98 motherfuckers out there, you are all generic. There's nothing special about you. That's why they don't want to fuck with you the way you want them to fuck with, because you're so busy trying to choose between being 100, Lucario, or being generic. What fucking lion is generic in the fucking Serengeti Well, Mr. Zebra, what I'm about to do is I'm going to bite you in your neck and I'm going to put pressure on the aorta and it's going to, I mean, God damn it, really? And y'all wonder what y'all lose, man. Listen, we want you to ask questions, but the questions y'all are asking is showing how much help you need. Because if you've been listening to Lucario for a long time or listening to me for a long time, this shouldn't be a question. This should be, well, you know what? When I was in the Bad Boy membership and I was listening to this audio right here, I needed some clarity on something. Or when I was on the Man Mindset membership and I was listening to this, I need some clarity on something. But this is why y'all lose, because you're trying to do it your way and your way ain't working. I'm sorry, Lucario. Did you have anything on that before I read, man?
Oh, no, you good. You go ahead.
God damn, dog. Man, I can't believe, man. Anyway, let me read this cake ass shit. All right, so here you go. Again, after making eye contact with a good-looking chick for a few weeks, I finally decided to go up to her and talk to her. Wait. No. I'm sorry. Wait. Okay, basically he saw a chick for a few weeks, okay? Then he finally got the nerve to go up to her and talk to her. Get that shit right. He walked up to her, he approached her, he asked her for her name, and she said, fuck off, and looked angry. He said, help me here. Sorry for my bad English, but it is a basic one. He's been staring at a bitch for a few weeks. He finally got the nerve to go up and talk to her. When he went to go talk to her, she said, fuck off, and looked mad at him. He's wondering what he did wrong, Lucario. Jesus Christ.
Well,
Jesus Christ. I'm just reading the dog.
It's funny because, you know, well, the thing is you don't want to stare at a girl and not say nothing. That's basically what he did wrong. So I don't even understand. Like, is this a girl in his school? Is this a chick who? I
don't know. He just was staring at the bitch. I don't know where the bitch was at.
I'm assuming it's either some girl that is at his school or his job or something. Because I'm like, how do you have access to the same girl to be staring at her for weeks? But anyway, the reason why she's upset, the reason why she told him fuck off is because he was staring at her. He didn't approach her. So therefore, she basically took that as him playing games or rejecting her. See, this is what guys don't understand. When a woman is checking you out and you're checking her out, right? She's expecting you to come and approach. If you don't approach, she takes it as a rejection. You see what I'm saying? And then if you try to approach later, she's going to be thinking you're playing games and bullshitting. You see what I'm saying? So it's the equivalent of a girl, you know, when you guys get a girl's number and then you call her and she doesn't return your call or your text or whatever, and then you're like, why did she give me her number if she's not gonna respond, right? You get annoyed. It's the same thing with women. A woman is looking at you like, why is this guy looking at me and he's not coming over to say anything? And then you finally come over and say something and she's like, what the fuck? Like, why are we playing these games? You see what I mean? And so that's why she's on some get out of here shit. You see what I mean? So when you guys are checking out a chick and especially when she sees you checking her out, just go over there and make it happen as quickly as possible and do what you got to do. Because if you hesitate and you take a long time to do it, then she's going to either take it as a rejection or she's going to look at you as a guy playing games, or she's going to look at you as a guy that she sees as a pussy. You feel what I'm saying? So she's going to be like, oh, this guy, he's kind of lame and he's too scared. So that kind of turns her off. You see what I mean? But Steve, what's your thoughts on that, man?
You know, Mr. Lucario, there's a group, and I always tell guys, you know, I tell them about curiosity, I tell them about attention, I tell them about attraction. But there's a circle before you even get to curiosity, guys. And this circle is a circle where you have pedophiles in there. You got guys that are just weird and creepy. You got losers. And then you got this motherfucker asking this question right here. Let me explain something to you guys. When you sit there and you stare at, okay, we are in a time right now where a lot of women are on edge because of the the anger that a lot of young men are spewing, Mr. Lucario, because they can't get women.
Mm-hmm.
They're really angry. A lot of these young boys, because they were raised by mom, or a lot of these young boys are just angry because they can't get women. For a lot of women, it's a very cautious time out there.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have been staring at a fucking woman, I'm not even saying for 5 minutes, 2 minutes is long, it's worse. It's shit. Just staring at for fucking 20 seconds is worse. But this motherfucker, did I say, let me go back. Was it like 2 weeks? How long? Let me he was doing this shit. Now, let me explain this to you guys. Staring at a woman for more than, I'm going to whittle that down. Staring at a woman for under 10 seconds is really weird without doing anything. And that's under 10 seconds. That way, let me give you an example. Carl, look, I'm just staring. Still staring. Still staring. Now, I mean, now, you take what I just did and you go and you do that for a few weeks. What is she to think? Oh, wait, no, wait. Y'all think it's porn where you think she's like, oh, hey, come fuck me. And then the music turns on. And then she gets on her knees and unbuckles your pants and starts giving you a head. And y'all think y'all gonna get y'all fuck on. Again, I'm explaining this to you guys out there. If you are staring without making a move, you are going to fall in that category with the pedophiles, the weirdo guys, the crazy losers, all those guys. You fall off the edge. If there was an edge, finally, if there was an edge of the world, you fall off the edge with these guys because women don't like losers.
Mm-hmm.
And what they don't understand is that you are communicating without communicating all the time when you first walk up to a woman. Don't think it's when you open your mouth. Of course, what they understand is when they open their mouth, it reinforces the thought process they have of you.
Right.
When they see you and they look, if you staring at a woman, she looks back at you, and you the motherfucker that breaks off contact, she already knows that you are weak and you are weak bitch in her eyes. I'm not calling you one. I'm just saying you're a weak bitch. But she's gonna give you a chance because she's under the impression that maybe he's just having a bad day. Maybe his kitty cat died.
Right.
You know, maybe his goldfish fell into the fucking toilet. I don't know. I'm gonna give him a chance. And as soon as you open your cake ass mouth, it reinforces what she thought about you all the same. And that's when she's gonna either choose to use you for your resources or throw your ass back in the water. You cannot sit and stare at women and not do shit. And the fact that you are staring is weird because who the fuck stares at a goddamn woman nowadays anyway? The fuck? What are you trying to look into her brain? Trying to see how her blood flows through her fucking body? Why the fuck would you be doing that shit? Lucario, what you got on that, fam?
And you know, what's funny is because, you know, we're not even necessarily sure if she was checking him out, because she could have been checking him out. Let's say she was checking him out because she was attracted to him. And then now he's staring. But then because he's staring so much and not doing anything, she stops being attracted to him. And then now when he comes over, she's like, fuck out of here, right? Or she could have initially not been attracted to him. She saw him staring, and then it became even more weird because she's like, doesn't this guy notice, like, I'm not really trying to look at him or whatever? And then he finally comes over and she's like, fuck out of here. You see what I'm saying? So on his part, he should have been able to notice what was really going on. Are we catching eye contact? Is she checking me out? And if he knew that she was, then go and approach. If he sees her and he notices that she's not really, you know, trying to look at him, or she's, you know, having this awkward look on her face, you know what I'm saying? Then he should know, like, why am I even going to bother? Because I already know that this chick is on some BS, or she's not really trying to fuck with me. And on top of that, I took forever to do it. You feel what I mean? So it's you know, it's one of those things. Man.
Well, Lucario, not only that, but it's also the fact that she gets stared at. Listen, it's not like you're the only person doing it. So you got to understand that beautiful women are getting stared at all the time. So you got the weirdo guys staring at him coming in this direction. You've got the creepy guys coming in from this direction. You got the hey baby, yo mama, what's up, girl? She's getting bombarded in all three fashions. And all she's saying at the end of the day, when she walk her ass out the door, can I just find a man today? Can I just be lucky enough to find a real man? And I forgot the fourth one that she's getting from this side. The guys are trying to backdoor. And then from this side, she's getting the guys that are trying to be her best friend and shit. I mean, she getting bombarded with nothing but bullshit. All she wants is, can I at least find someone that can look at me, come up to me, and talk to me like a real man.
Right.
Because that's the guy. But see, I just want to say something real quick. What y'all guys understand is, why do you think women hop on Lucario that fast? Now it could be his hat, it could be his chain and shit like that. You know what I mean? But so you know, no, I don't want to say that shit, Lucario, because then they're gonna go out and buy a hat and chain and shit. Right. Well, Steve said no. So what I'm saying is this: the reason they cling to men like Lucario faster is because he separates himself from the 98% of you guys. He doesn't stare. He makes his moves. He is impactful, transparent, sends clear messages. And when they meet someone like that, it is like someone who has been eating like fucking spam or bologna all their lives, and then finally get to eat a nice T-bone steak. You're never going to go back to that spam again when you have that situation. So it's a little bit deeper than that, man. So yeah, but that's it. You're up next, right? Or
yeah.
Okay, you're up next. Okay, go ahead.
We get one of these questions. Okay, so it says, how do you tell a girl who is your friend that you want to get with her? I'm not really in the friend zone. This is a girl I used to work with, and I see her every now and then at this bar that I go to, and we talk, and it's real cool, but I don't know how to ask her out. What should I do?
Wait a second. I can't even get a pen to write that down what I want to say. Hold on. Oh, I gotta get it. I'm gonna get it. Hold on, Kari. I need you to let me find the pen.
Crazy.
God damn it. Hold on. All right. Let me get this straight. He says she's not a friend. Oh, here's a pen.
Yeah.
All right. She says she's not a friend. No, wait. Read that one more time. I'm gonna
read it again.
I'm right there. Go ahead.
Hold on. It says, how do you tell a girl who is your friend that you want to get with her? And he says, I'm not really in the friend zone. This is a girl I used to work with, and I see her every now and then at a bar that I go to, and we talk, and it's real cool, but I don't know how to ask her out. And he says, what should I do?
Okay, I had to write that shit. Okay, I got it now. So, all right, he say that she's not a friend, but she is a friend.
Right.
He wants to get with her. I mean, my points. He sees her at a bar and they talk, and yet he don't want. Okay. The reason why we call this Tough Tuesday is because we want y'all to realize that we can spot the bullshit lies in you motherfuckers. You don't really want this woman. Let's be honest here. I think he likes the thought of wanting this woman, because what I'm seeing, and I wrote down for what you're saying, Lucario, are opportunities to let her know what the fuck the deal is. Now, excuse me, but he says he sees her a few times at the bar, and they talk about what? The daffodils, her job, Mr. Slate, Barney, Wilma, Fred, Bam Bam, Roadrunner, Bugs Bunny, Thundercats. Shit, I can go on. The Smurfs, shit, unicorns, elves. This is y'all's problems. Y'all talk about everything but the fucking thing that you should be talking about, me. I can't understand. How do you think this is where he's going to lose, Lucario? He is going to lose at the fact when he gets the balls to say something, he's already friend zoned. He doesn't. What is so funny is like one of those Acme commercials with fucking Roadrunner Coyote. You know, Coyote's got the dynamite in his hand, but the shit is lit in the back end, and it's coming up and it's about to blow his ass up. You motherfuckers always set yourselves up for downfalls. And then you want to get mad at the woman when she tells you, I only see you as a friend. I like the times that we can talk. I love our great conversations that we have at the bar, because when I talk to you, you're such a great guy. You're so sweet. You're so kind. You're so thoughtful. And you know what? You know, one day you're going to make a woman really happy. But you know what? Allow me to sit there and tell you, can I talk to you for a second, please? Well, you know, there's this guy named Mr. Lucario, and he's such a fucking asshole. He's a jerk. He doesn't listen. He does what he wants to do. And I just want to get a guy's opinion. Well, how do you deal with guys like that? Because for some reason, he's making my pussy wet. Oops, my panties are sliding just by talking to him. But you want to be at the bar. Hey, but Lucario, he wants to be at the bar, see her from time to time to talk to her. Then he's got the fucking nerve to ask, how do I get my point across? Yeah. Lucario, please take the wheel.
Man, well, look, man, this don't even sound like it's a girl who's his friend. It just sound like a girl who he knows.
Right.
So, you know, if he sees her at the bar, just simple, just be like, yo, like, what's good with like come, like, what you doing for the rest of the night? Like, come back to the spot. You know what I'm saying? Like, he needs to start building sexual tension with this girl. He needs to start flirting with her. He needs to start treating her as a girl, like any other girl he would try to get with. You understand? It's really that simple. So the thing is that a lot of these guys out here, the reason why they don't get to that point of making shit happen with certain women is just because they're not putting themselves in position to do it. They're not out here flirting with the girl. They're not out here stating their intentions. They're not telling the girl, hey, this is what I want to do. They don't do this. And so when you don't do it, you don't get the results. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember I was out with a friend one time, and he was out with the girl that he was, that he worked with. Like they came after work. They was at this bar for happy hour. I met him at the bar. The girl was there. He introduced me to the girl, whatever. And he was telling me, he's like, yo, she bad, blah, blah, blah. So I say, yo, why you ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying, make something happen? So I told him, I said, yo, just tell her you trying to come back to your crib tonight. So he said it to her, and then he said it in like a joking way, but she was like, all right, cool, I'll come through. So he said in a joking way. He said it in a joking way because he was sort of nervous to really say it. But then she went along with it just by him saying it. You see what I mean? And so sometimes you just got to put your shit out there and see what's going to go down and see her response. Don't worry about, all this other weird stuff. It's like dudes be too scared to really make it happen. And this is why they don't really get nothing done. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. I'm going to scoot up. CD of God One. Let me tell you something, son. There ain't no question you can ask that I can't motherfucking answer. I'm going to go right to your fucking cake ass question right here. Listen to this shit. All right. What is the best way to deny your woman sex? I'm sure your people are going to say why, but guys, trust me. Sometimes you just want to chill and watch the game. Do you want to go first, or shall I, Mr. Lucario?
Well, okay. I'll go first.
Okay.
All right, so that's the thing. Don't look at it as you're denying her sex. You understand what I'm saying? Look at it as you have your own time to do what you're going to do. You understand what I'm saying? And then you just let your girl know, hey, listen, maybe after the game, I'll give you this D. You feel what I'm saying? But just tell her like, hey, look, I'm watching the game now. After this, we'll make something happen. The thing is, you don't want to get it into a situation where you're denying sex in a sense, I should say, because you don't want to even have that in sort of like your vocabulary when you're dealing with your girl. And also you don't want your girl to have the same sort of thought process with you. You understand? So especially if you're in a monogamous relationship, you understand, and it's you and her and y'all together, right? Y'all are just getting sex from each other. So you ain't out there fucking anybody else. She ain't out there fucking nobody else. So the thing is that you want to still have time for y'all to do it, right? But you just want to make sure you have time for it and that you make time for it. But you don't want to be always in a mindset of I'm denying you sex, because then what's going to happen is your girl is going to end up doing the same type of thing and have that same type of energy. You see what I'm saying? Because she's going to be, feeling a certain type of way based off of how you're doing it. and then she's going to do the same thing. Now, again, this isn't to say that you're just going to have sex with her or do whatever she feels at the time. Like, let's say you're watching a game and she's like, come on, baby, I want to do this. Don't just do that because she wants to do it. You say, look, I'm going to watch this game now, and then after the game, we'll talk about making this happen, or we'll make this happen later. So that's what you really need to do. It's not necessarily denying her anything. It's more so just setting time aside to do those things. You feel me? But Steve, what's your thoughts?
All right, young man, let me explain something why I can answer this question, because I answer all these motherfucking questions. All right, so the thing about y'all, what y'all don't understand is that when you fucking the way we fuck or continues to fuck y'all me, is that we have this thing called a dick resting day, okay? And if you've been listening to me, I used to talk about this on the Pussy Whip show, where I would go home. I would take my telephone off the hook, because I'm talking about back in the day before cell phones, so don't judge me. I would take my phone off the hook. I'd lock my door, turn my beeper and pager off. I'd go get a bag of frozen vegetables out the refrigerator, get my boxes on, and put the vegetables under my nuts and play my video games or watch TV or do whatever I want to do. And what I'm saying for you guys in this thing, it's the same thing. The problem I see with CD, a God one, I think his name is, because there's no leadership in you. The thing that women need from you is to be assertive and tell them what the fuck to do. Like Lucario said, look, there's a way to do it without fucking things up. You got to learn how to be more of a man to your woman and let her ask, no, look, the game is coming on, but like I said, while you rubbing the back of her back and playing with her ear a little bit, baby, after the game is over or halftime, I got you. I'm gonna take care of you then, or something like that. And then you go and watching the game. But don't think that it's shocking that you got to deny your woman sex, because what y'all don't understand, and this is and I'm not trying to brag on me, and I know Lucario, well, I know Lucario like, Steve, don't be telling this shit. But I'm telling you about the thing. Look, don't think that we don't deny women sex all the time, because the thing is, what y'all don't understand is your phone is getting blown up all the time. Can you come over? What you doing right now? Can you come see me? Multiply that by 7 or 8 or 9 chicks every day. So yes, we're denying women sex all the time. Can you come by? Well, after work, can I come see you? Well, I'm cooking dinner tonight. Can you do this and can you do that? Like, matter of fact, next week is going to be the biggest week for guys like us, because every woman is going to want the 14th. Every woman is going to want us to either let me take you out to dinner. I'm cooking a meal. I've got the lingerie. Can you come see me? Or, the side chicks are like, well, can you come see me after you see that bitch? Well, after you get done with that chick over there, why don't you come see me? Because I want to spend Valentine's Day with you. So don't think that we don't turn women down. That's not the thing. What we're just trying to say is you got to learn how to manage the women. Number one, when you're on this side of the street, but since you're not on this side of the street, I'm saying that you need to be more of a leader and let her know, listen, if I'm watching the game, I'm watching the game. If I'm playing Madden for money, bitch, you better not touch me. Get off my dick. Don't you touch, you should know better. When I'm either watching the game, I'm playing Madden, Call of Duty, or whatever the fuck y'all do on y'all spare time as a hobby, or you're wrestling, she should know better. Sure, she's going to prance around naked in front of you with a jersey or some shit like that on, but you just got to be honest with her, CD, and tell her to sit her ass down, but you got to be smooth about it. Don't tell her you ain't getting any dick. Let her know that I'll give you some dick afterwards. But if this is a woman that's not living with you, then you tell that motherfucker, I'll get back to you after I'm done with my game. Because there's a difference, Lucario, if she's living with you than if she's just calling you up. Right. Because that's the thing we're trying to tell y'all. Y'all think that we fucking every woman that caught, man. How can Lucario fuck the 9 women that's bugging him when he's putting like 3 more on the roster? Right. It's work, man. What you got on that, Lucario?
No, real talk. That's the thing, man. Because that's the thing, you got to understand what's the difference or what's going on specifically. Because like you said, if it's a girl that's hitting him up that he's not living with, you'd be like, yo, I'll holler at you later and we can make it happen. You know what I'm saying? If it's a girl you're living with, which most likely is your girlfriend or your wife, right? You just tell her, look, we're going to make this happen afterwards. You feel what I'm saying? And so you're going to need to be able to manage those situations. And especially if you are like you were saying, Steve, if you're dealing with multiple women, you understand, those are the type of women that's gonna get denied sex in certain situations because you can't fuck them all at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like it takes time to get all that shit popping. You feel what I mean? So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, but that's all we just trying to say to y'all guys out there is that you got to understand there's different scenarios. Yes, you can turn pussy down, but what we're trying to tell you, like I say, when start next week, if you're doing this right, like we show you, next week you're gonna have to really put all the bitches' names on the wall and throw some darts at it to figure out which one you're gonna let spin is gonna take you out or gonna cook for you. Because I'm telling y'all, if you ain't got no bitches cooking for you or taking y'all motherfuckers out next week, y'all ain't doing this shit right. But we're gonna talk about that shit later. But anyway, that's just what it is. But I just say, look, man, you're allowed to say no to a woman. You're allowed to, but you gotta, if you're living with her, you gotta give her, okay, you know, we're gonna do this later on. Because let me tell you, Lucario, because if you don't do it, what do you think's gonna happen the next morning when she at work and Lucario like, yo, what's going on with Bad Boy today, girl? What's that? Hey, can I talk to you real quick? What's wrong, girl? Well, I don't understand my man. You know, he was watching the football game, and I was trying to give him some, but he wouldn't. Well, hey, girl, hey, well, if it was me, and then all of a sudden your girl's taking extra long breaks at work, she coming home late, and she fucking Lucario. You got anything on that, man? No,
that's facts. That's what I was saying. I'm like, yo, that's the thing, especially if you in them long-term relationships and you with your girl and it's just you and her, you got to make sure you can't take it for granted. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what's going to mess up the whole situation. And then she's going to end up, you know what I'm saying, being with some other dude, and you're going to be up there butt hurt like crazy. So it is what it is.
But hey, and her butt going to be hurt.
Exactly right. So,
All right. Anyway, read this question. All right. I'm sorry. Here we go. All right, Steve. I've been using what you call direct game for almost 6 months now. And although I approach a lot of women, I feel like every time I go out, I lose over and over and over again. He says, I've only made two half-ass approaches in 2 hours. And I feel like a lot of my energy is spent overcoming approach anxiety. And what am I doing wrong? What am I doing right or wrong to not get? I'm sorry, I'm holding my hands up. I hear cops coming. What am I doing right or wrong to get over this approach anxiety, man?
Oh man, so he said that he only did like 2 approaches in like 2 hours or something like that.
Yeah. So think about it. He's saying direct game. So this sounds like a guy who used to do indirect things that he's finally trying to do things the way we show. So he's talking about doing it, just being 100. But he's saying he's been doing it for 6 months now. But he's only made 2 half-ass approaches in 2 hours. That's it. Yeah.
Right. So yeah. So what happens is that he has that approach anxiety, but it's really, the thing with approach anxiety is just you getting out of your own head. You got to get out your own head and just do it. You just got to go. And it's like, I always say, like when you have a Band-Aid and you just got to rip the Band-Aid off real quick. You understand? You just got to rip that shit off real quick. You just got to go in there and do it and get it over with. You know what I'm saying? So just go get it over with to approach. But I would say with him, if he's trying to be direct, because there's a lot of guys where they're scared to be direct because they're so used to being indirect all the time.
Yes.
The thing is that what's going to probably mess him up is that he's not comfortable being direct. And so a lot of guys have to be comfortable with being direct, or else it's not going to really work for them. You see what I'm saying? Yes. And that's just doing anything. Even if you got to be comfortable just talking to the girl and doing what you're doing, because you could go direct all you want, but you're not going to get results you want because you're not comfortable in saying what you're saying and doing what you're doing. So, you might have a guy that's being direct, but he's extremely nervous saying something to the girl. So let's say he sees a girl and he wants to go up to her and he wants to tell her like, yo, I saw you from across the room. I thought you were sexy as hell. And, let me get your number, take my number. Let's make something happen. Right. But because he's so scared to do that, he's going to approach her. He's going to be like, hey, so how are you? And, like he's going to have that energy. And she's going to be like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of dudes do because they're scared to really like go in and just be on it. So You gotta just be comfortable with being direct, with talking to girls, with saying the shit. And then what's going to happen is the more you do that, the less the anxiety is going to be there because you're just putting yourself in the situation. It's like stage fright. You know, when people say they get stage fright, they say usually once they get on the stage, they're okay. So it's the same thing with this. Once you get into the situation, you're usually fine. It's just that thought of doing it that gives you all that anxiety. So you got to get out your head and just do it. But Steve, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, to me, it's not the approach, Lakari. You're right about everything you're saying. It's not the approach. It's the fact of what am I going to do after the approach? Mm-hmm. See, a lot of guys are like this. Okay, I want to talk to her, but I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say it. Mm-hmm. And one thing I always tell the motherfucking man mindset guys, Lucario, is this. Look, talk to 5 women a day. Mm-hmm. That's 35 women a week. That's 140 a month. And if you get 10 bitches in that month, that's 120 bitches for the year. The numbers don't lie. Right. But it starts with you just talking to 5 a day. Mm-hmm. And the 5 is not talking and having a conversation, because a lot of guys don't understand that saying hello and hi is a skill. It is a skill that you must learn. And every woman you see, and I'm trying to complicate Lucario, like I'm telling this guy, if you can imagine your dick on her forehead, her mouth, her back, her sucking you off, if you think anything sexual about her, not raping her, no shit like that, guys. Mm-hmm. I'm saying something legal, motherfuckers. What I'm saying is just say hi to her. That's all you got to say. Mm-hmm. I'm not telling you to reinvent the wheel or split a fucking atom. All I'm saying is say hi to the bitch. That's it. 5 of them. 5 of them, Lucario. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And German is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5, motherfucker. 5, okay? So what I'm saying is this, is that you talk to 5. And what's going to happen eventually, they have what I call a fuck you, Steve moment, where they're going to say, you know what? I talked to 5 women, and hell, I did that in 2 minutes. I got 23 hours and fucking 58 minutes left. You know what? Fuck you, Steve. I'm going to talk to a 6 and a 7 and an 8. And then that's when they got that skill. But then it comes to this point, Lucario. There's going to be a time, and these guys don't understand this. They think when they see a woman, they don't understand this, Lucario. They don't think that woman says, damn, I could probably suck his dick. Mm-hmm. Damn, you know what? I probably fuck him. See, you know, guys, everything you think about a woman when you look at her, I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, she's thinking the same thing about you. Mm-hmm. But the difference is she's saying, I'm going to wait for him to say something, because I don't want to be judged as a slut and all this other stuff. So if he makes the move, then I'm going to stop and talk to him. But it is at that point, Lucario, where they go wrong, because I tell him, I warn him. I say there's going to be a time when you're going to see a beautiful woman, you're going to say hi to her, and she's going to stop. And if you don't know how to carry over that conversation from that point, that's when she ain't going to fuck with you. Right. But what you got on that, fam?
Nah, real talk. And that's why I tell guys they gotta practice this shit. They gotta know how to do it, because it's like when the time comes where you really want to make it happen, you don't want to be at a loss because you don't know what to do, you're not comfortable, you don't know what to say, you know what I'm saying? So you want to be able to be ready already. You understand? You want to be able to know how to get it going when it's time to get it going. Because what's going to happen is you're going to meet a bunch of different girls that you're going to really want. And then because you don't know how to talk, because you don't know how to have that conversation, how to flirt, how to build sexual tension, how to get a girl, in a situation where she's going to be attracted to you, you're going to lose out all these in a lot of these situations. So it's almost like, you'll be able to, you'll approach, but it's all going to be a waste of time if you don't know how to follow that up with the game. You understand? We're really going in and making it happen. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you got one more email, Lucario?
We can do a run because it's a real quick one.
Just a real quick one. Yeah, real quick. And then after that, Lucario's going to go and I'll continue like 30 minutes, guys, before we start with Rosebud. But yeah, go ahead, Lucario.
All right. So this one says, if a woman already shows at one point that she's not interested in you, but then later wants to get with you, should you try to get with her, or would you just keep it moving?
All right, real quick. Listen, get with me. Mm. Get with me. Mm. Now, say that one more time. Now, she didn't want to get with him at first, but now she wants to get with him. Right. Again, what is you getting with her? I don't understand that with you guys. Why are you always constantly trying to get with the woman, dog? All you got to do is show her why she should get with you. When you think about trying to get with her, you're going to lose, because that means, let me tell you what getting with her means. That means about 4 dinners. That means about 3 walks around the parks a few times, 3 days of that shit. That means you got to wait for the hug. You got to wait for the kiss. You got to wait for the right moment. That's when you get with her. When you are making it about you, she should always want to get with you on your team and on your roster, because you know you got more to offer her than most guys out there. Lucario, what you got on that, man?
Yeah, no, well, and the thing is, you know, when it comes to a chick at first being on some, oh, I'm not trying to fuck with you, and then all of a sudden she want to deal with you now and all that other stuff. Me, you know, and again, this is what I was talking about earlier in the show when I saw my levels to the shit, is that at this, when you get to the high level of the game where you have an abundance mentality, where you see yourself as that on point guy, where you're that attractive dude, I wouldn't even bother with that girl. You feel what I'm saying? Because to me, it's a disrespect to me that you would even you know, act that way in the first place. So now I'm good. You understand what I'm saying? In most cases. Now, again, the most some dudes would do, again, because they just want to, you know, they'll still want to smash. You understand? They'll probably just smash. So certain guys will say, well, I'm going to just, you know, I'll just hit it. You understand what I'm saying? And if that's where you want to go with it, then you could go with that. But also understand that going with that too, in a lot of cases, is sort of bringing yourself down to that level, because now you're sort of going along with her, because at first she's like, no, I don't want you. And then you're sort of dealing with that. But then now she's like, I want you. And now you're going after her now, or you're still trying to get with her now. So it's almost like you're following her in those situations. So sometimes what you guys understand is you want to sort of like have situations where you're going beyond sex. You know what I'm saying, to build up your manhood. You see what I mean? And so this is what I'm saying with this situation, is that, yeah, you could probably go and hit it and do all of that, but I feel like it's more important to build yourself up as a man than to try to smash some chick who's on some wishy-washy nonsense. You see what I'm saying?